Hey Quilters, I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert.
And I'm Erica, AccuQuilt's corporate marketing specialist.
Welcome to our trunk show called Spring into Spring. It's that time of year. Today, Erica and I will be sharing all sorts of inspiration and ways to help your projects bloom just in time for spring.
That's absolutely right. Now, this is our last show during National Quilting Month, so we've got some great fun planned for you today. We've got great prizes, exciting project ideas, ton of inspiration, and special deals good for today only.
And speaking of deals, let's start with today's special deal. Now, to get your order in during the show, use your phone's camera to capture the QR image. It'll take you directly to our site.
If you don't have a QR reader, simply open a new tab in your browser. Type in AccuQuilt.com/party and go to the site and place your order. That way you're not going to miss a minute of the show.
All right, the first offer we have available for you today is the promo code SPRING35.
Spring.
It will take 35% off your order. Some exclusions apply for the offer, so check the website for detail. Plus, listen to this. You will get double reward points when you, yes.
Wow.
Double reward points until midnight tonight on all of our purchases.
Wow.
And you can use those points towards future AccuQuilt purchases.
But
there's
you'll get an additional savings if your order reaches $100 or more, and that will make your savings up to 41% off your order. No codes needed to redeem that offer at checkout.
You can also find our products at your local AccuQuilt retailer. To find the retailer closest to you, check out the store locator at the top of the page at AccuQuilt.com.
Did you know you can quilt now and pay later? For more information on financing through AccuQuilt, visit AccuQuilt.com/financing.
All right, now with spring comes more time outside and more time on the go. If you want to take a project along, you can't go wrong with English paper piecing.
Oh, absolutely right. And if you aren't familiar with it, we have a cube just designed for English paper piecing that is perfect for you.
Now, that's right. Now, if you aren't familiar with it, it's really super simple.
It is.
We're going to open it up and look inside. So we're going to take off the top first.
Here we go, ta-da.
And we're going to pull the skinny one first. How come, Erica?
So we don't break a nail.
Yep. And in that skinny one, we have a pattern book and a cutting mat, because what happens without a mat?
Absolutely nothing.
That's right. Okay. So we're going to pull out the shapes. Now, the cool part of the English paper piecing cube is that not only does it cut fabric, but it cuts paper.
That's right. Now, English paper piecing is a technique where you baste fabric around a little cardboard or paper template, and then you hand sew those pieces together. So the cube is designed to cut both the shape for your fabric, which you see here.
Right, these are hexagons.
And then the shape for your paper as well.
And our paper, it's super slick. You'll see it. We're going to cut some. It has little holes in it.
Yes.
So once you glue that paper, because you can reuse the paper templates, you can just pop it out with your needle or seam ripper. So we'll cut these two shapes.
Okay, sounds good.
We have hexagons, and then we have half hexagons.
Yes.
So you don't have to sew Y seams.
Right.
And again, it has the paper version.
It does.
Look at that.
And these all have 1-inch finished sides. That's really the most popular size with paper piecing.
Right.
And they're all going to work together to give you all kinds of design possibilities. It's really cool.
The pattern book is super slick. All right, so these are equilateral triangles.
Yes.
Okay, quilters, it's really important to know the difference between the triangles.
Yes.
Like, it's not an isosceles triangle, it's an equilateral.
Yep.
Okay, and then the paper to go with it.
Yep.
Look at that. And then our last shape, Erica?
These are the diamonds. And again, 1-inch finished sides on these. Whoop,
There
I'll
we
hold
go.
down.
There we go.
It's teamwork.
Yep. There we go.
And again, with the light foam, you can see the hole a little bit better, but we're going to cut some so that you can see it.
Yeah. So just like all of our cubes, it has 8 shapes, but these actually are standalone cube.
Right.
Right? All right, so shall we cut some paper and some fabric?
Let's do that. Let's do that.
All right. So I'm going to let you
got
lay our
fabric.
down
Okay.
for that. And then I am going to use cardstock, but you and I have this great tip.
Yes.
You know how every day the postman brings you junk mail?
Yes,
Cardstock?
that you do not want.
Use it to cut your paper. I know, recycle a bit there. All right, so I'm actually just going to fold this in half because we can cut up to 2 layers of cardstock, 6 layers of fabric.
That's right.
All right, and then I'm going to take my non-sewing scissors.
Yes. This is a very important. We all know it. Don't panic. I don't want any gasping out there.
Right? Now, this is on a 6x6 die board, so it would fit through any of our cutters, including that GoMe.
Right?
But we're going to use our Go Big today. How come, Erica?
Because we can.
Because we can.
And
look,
it's going to fit 2 dies at the same time, which is really cool.
Ready?
So it's not. This isn't a race. We were having a race
we
before
had a
with our
race
little
earlier.
chickens, but
Okay, look at this. All right, so you want to pull that off, and I'll pull off the papers.
yep. Here we go.
This, ta-da, ta-da. All right. So I have a little bag. This is our little AccuQuilt bag. You can purchase it on our website. And this is actually my English paper piecing bag. I have all of my papers are cut, my fabrics are cut. Because sometimes I'm, waiting in line somewhere, like
That's
it's a
the
DMV.
great thing about this is because you can take it on the go. It is, it's traditionally hand pieced, but it's a great to-go project. Now, I used to always hand baste mine, but I have to tell you, I have been converted to the land of glue basting.
We have learned all about
We have learned all about glue basting. And, I had done it before. I had just used like a glue
Elmer's glue stick.
Right, a regular glue stick. Get a fabric glue stick. It's worth it because it works so much better and it's so easy. So look how slick this is.
So we're just going to go here along the edge, and I just do half at a time.
Yep.
Because otherwise my fingers get all sticky.
Oh, yes, we can't have that.
Well, today we can't. All right, there we go. And one more. Look how slick this is.
I know.
Okay, and then I'm going to continue around.
Yep.
Right? And I think the thing about English paper piecing is cutting the fabric.
Yes.
Right? Cutting hexagons. Because before I worked at AccuQuilt, I was making grandmother's flower garden, which is English
traditional,
paper
right, just with the hexagons.
and it took me forever. My first week at AccuQuilt, I discovered there's a hexagon die.
There's a hexagon die.
So look at that.
So then once you have your hexagons basted, and it's really easy to just hand stitch those together. You have some?
I have another one.
Together? Okay.
Yep.
So you're going to put them together and just hand stitch those together and just keep building your design.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And then when you're done, you can just take your little needle or whatever and pull these out.
Yeah, I keep a crochet hook.
Oh, yes,
in my
you would.
bag.
I have a seam ripper. Tell you what
Keep
kind
a
of
crochet hook just for
Yes.
that because I really don't
I'm
crochet.
keeping my papers and
She'll make something.
yes, we will. All right.
That
so
way you
English
can have
paper
your
piecing.
scissors, you can have everything in there. It's great to take along if you're going to soccer games or
Right.
here, have a
I
mat.
did so much English paper piecing when my kids played soccer.
Oh gosh, yes.
All right. Now, if you're new to English paper piecing, you'll want to be sure and pick up this book. It is super great. It's called English Paper Piecing Made Easy by Katja Merrick. And it has all the directions that you need to get started, including some patterns. So we'll open it up here to these beautiful patterns.
Really
Look at how
fun
pretty that
patterns.
is. For spring, look at
Yeah.
that starburst pillow.
And one of the really nice things about the cube is that the 1/4-inch seam allowance is built in.
Right.
And why that's important is because Katja actually has directions on how to go ahead and machine piece these if you want to, rather than do the traditional English paper piecing. It's kind of cool.
You have to make Y seams, but it's okay.
It's okay. It's not hard.
Okay.
So if you really want to take your projects on the go with you,
Let's show them
keep
this.
wanting to show them this pillow.
Let's show them right now.
Okay. So this is the English paper piecing rose pillow pattern. This is a new pattern that we've got on the website.
So
Isn't that so sweet? And it's got all the, so here we've got the diamond shape.
Yes.
We've got our little triangles, more
Yes.
diamonds. We've got half hexagons, and the center is a whole hexagon.
And this project, you create the flower block.
Right.
And then you applique it to the center of the square.
Yes.
So slick.
So slick, so super. So if you want to take your projects with you on the go, well, for spring, why not take along a GoMe?
Yes.
This little GoMe is our lightest, most portable machine, and it works with 70% of our Go dies,
Yes.
including the English paper piecing
Right.
cube, the 4-inch, the 6-inch, the 8-inch, and the 9-inch cube and companions as well.
It's great. So it's perfect for taking along, like if you're going on a camping trip,
Yes.
or if you're like me and camp at the Marriott.
Right.
So let's take a look at a quilt that uses the 4-inch cube that just screams spring.
It does, it does.
I'm gonna move this out of our way.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this is just the sweetest little
This
quilt.
is one of Erica's favorites.
It is.
This is by our good friend Terry Vandenbosch. It's called Bitty Blooms wall hanging.
Yes, and this is our 4-inch cube. Look at those adorable little baskets. I think this, to me, this screams doll blanket.
Right. And Terry turned those blocks on point, so you could use our 4-inch setting triangles with this as well, which is so fun.
And then she's used strip dies to create the double border. So we've got, this one is the 1.5-inch strip. It's going to finish at 1 inch. This one's the 2.5, finishing at 2 inches. It's so sweet.
It's really fun. And I love the fact that she just did just squares as the quilting.
Yes, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Just really sweet. So quilters, if you've joined us before for our shows, you know it wouldn't be one of our shows without a giveaway.
That's right. So let's give away a GoCube book to a lucky viewer who registered for today's show.
All right, let's do it. The first lucky winner of a GoCube book is, drum roll please, Donna M. from Rock Hall, Maryland. Congratulations.
Oh, we have a studio audience
We
today.
do.
It's super
kind of fun.
Yeah.
They clapped.
The second winner of our GoCube book is, drum roll please, Lynn W. from Brighton, Colorado.
Congratulations, Lynn.
Thanks for registering to watch our show.
Yes.
Now, quilters, if you're looking for more fun and inspiration, join me every Wednesday for AccuQuilt Live, 12 noon Central Time. Tomorrow, we're going to make easy and fun Easter projects just in time for spring. Be sure to register for the show on our events page to be entered to win an exciting door prize. We're going to have so much fun. Hope to see you there.
It's going to be really fun. I pulled out some cute embroidery.
Yes, super fun for spring.
Okay, quilters, we couldn't talk about spring projects without talking about applique projects. And we have so many great applique dies that fit so well with the season.
Applique projects are so much easier when you use Go dies. It's so fast, your shapes are perfect every time, there's no snipping around. And to get started, you want to fuse your fabric. So I have some here. And our website, we have 2 new fusible products that you're gonna love. I use soft fuse, but we also have some other fusible.
Yep.
So be sure and check them out.
That's right, we did some testing. These 2 were our favorites, along with a great stabilizer that we now carry as well. So if you're doing machine embroidery, you're gonna wanna pick up some of that too.
Right.
Now, you can cut up to 4 layers of pre-fused fabric at a time, but that's not the only reason why applique with AccuQuilt is so easy.
No. So shall we cut one first real quick and show?
So this die is really fun. Let's show them the die because some people might not know this die. This is
Critters.
so critters. Isn't that cute? So a dragonfly, a bumblebee, and a butterfly.
Isn't that so fun? And again, it's on a 6x12 die board, so it could fit through all of our cutters, including that GoMe.
Yep.
But we're gonna put it on our Go fabric cutter today, so you can see all of our cutters, all right, in action. So this is our Go fabric cutter. Again, lightweight, portable, weighs about 15 pounds. But the best way to get this cutter is part of our Ready, Set, Go.
Absolutely. It's an incredible value. So they're going to show you everything that you get. Oh, there it is. Everything that you get in there. So you're going to get an 8-inch cube, which is just what you need to get started.
Right.
It's going to give you the 2.5-inch strip die that absolutely every quilter needs in their sewing room.
Right.
The mat to go with it. It's going to give you a die pick and a fantastic book by Eleanor Burns called Go Cube that's like a roadmap on how to get started with Go and piecing your quilts with the AccuQuilt system.
Right, and it comes with a die pick.
It does.
All right. So here's how you open it. It's really hard, watch. Ta-da.
Yeah, ta-da.
All right, so quilters, remember there are only blades in the dies, not in the cutters.
That's right.
There's just steel rollers. And today we're gonna cut some of our dragonflies. And I wanna show you this cool trick. If you just wanna cut one shape, you don't have to cut all the shapes on the die board, you can use a smaller mat. Otherwise, if you're gonna cut all the shapes, you could use the 6x12, okay?
And you could do that too.
I'm gonna turn the handle. Now this machine cuts both directions, so the die could go this way as well.
Yep.
We're gonna give it a little love because it's kind of staticky here. Slide, don't lift. I know, all the static is getting us.
Yeah, it is. Here we go.
Right, there we go. And look, perfect dragonflies. Every single time.
They're so cute.
I love it. All right.
Now we have free downloadable embroidery that works with all of our non-designer applique shapes. It's a great added value for when you get an applique die. So Pam, you've got some samples here.
I do.
So there are 3 basic stitches that you get for each one. So this is our satin stitch.
And you and I talk about if you're doing a quilt or maybe a baby quilt that's going to get washed a lot, this is the stitch you want to use.
Or a bib, or what am I saying? A sweatshirt, a t-shirt, anything like that.
Right. And this is our little blanket stitch.
And I love using that on pillows and that kind of thing.
And this is our motif stitch, which I love putting on flowers and butterflies and springy things. I love it.
It's just kind of a little decorative, fancy stitch.
Now we also have some for purchase embroidery files from our good friends at V-Stitch. So look at these.
Look at these. So here's
This makes me all the happy,
Dragonfly.
by
So
the
you
way.
can see all the little embellishments that they've added.
So our good friends at V-Stitch added the little antennas and all the way around. And look, this is Be Happy, right? It's
Yes.
from, Valentine's Day. But you could totally use it for spring. But do these not just scream spring?
They absolutely do.
Yeah, just beautiful. So think about that,
That's right.
okay?
Okay, so we have got some samples of some great projects to inspire you for spring. And we're gonna start with this one. This is our Go Garden Critters folding knee pad. It's by Marianne Fontana of Fontana Originals, and she used the Go Critters die. Look at that.
You could kneel on, okay, you could totally take this to baseball games in
Yes.
the summer, okay?
Yes.
And look, it has pockets.
Yes.
I do love a good pocket. And
Yes.
she used kind of canvas
She
fabric.
used canvas fabric, so it's a little bit more durable.
Right. And then 2.5-inch strips, so you could
Could
tote
kind
it
of
along.
tote it along to games, tote it along to the
So
garden.
Cute.
Really
So cute.
is.
All right.
It really is. So next we've got a really cute banner, and I think you saw it at the beginning of the show.
Well, I have never
This is so
seen this
cute.
until
I know.
this
We were
morning.
very excited.
Our good friend Marjorie Busby made this.
So this is by Marjorie Busby. She's of Blue Feather Quilt Studio, and she does a lot of digitizing and patterns, and isn't that just the cutest thing?
So fun.
She's used our classic alphabet. It's a 2-inch finished uppercase.
Right.
And then we all recognize our friend Sunbonnet Sue.
Right.
And she's added some
Fun flowers.
down
Yeah,
below.
look at how fun that is. I just think this is darling. You could totally make something like this and change it out for the seasons.
You can, and you know what? I was also fascinated by her hangers, and I have no idea where these came from, but
look.
they're magnetic.
Magnets.
So you could just
I
change
thought
them
Erica
out.
had broke it.
She thought I did. I didn't.
she
It's
didn't.
magnetic. It's really fun. Okay, so next up, we've got our Go Hopping Bunnies table topper. And this is by Terry Vandenbosch of
job,
Lizard
Terry.
Creek Quilting.
So she used our 6-inch cube and companions to create these fun little 9 patches. And then our spring medley has the bunnies in it.
Jumping bunny.
And last year on one of our AccuQuilt lives, we actually made this project.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, all of our videos live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channels.
Yes.
So you can go back and watch how to make it. But I like the fact that she used sashing between the blocks.
Yes, and it's just, so this again is that 1.5-inch cut, 1-inch finished strip, and then she used it to make these little cornerstones. I think it really sets off the design. This would be a great day to add that die if you don't have it.
Yes.
There's
6-inch
a lot
cube
of
and
uses.
spring medleys.
Yes.
Yep. Spring 35.
And the companions, why not?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go back and you can talk.
Okay. Oh, yes, because it's behind us. This is the Go Chitter Chatter. Now,
Here we go.
it uses a lot of dyes. We've got 2 versions of it. Now, our original version used really bright rainbow colors, and this version is all shades of blue. It's a little bit softer look. There's all different ways you can do this. That whole tree is made with our circle dyes. Isn't
Look
that
at this.
sweet?
Circle, 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 circles forever. And we just did Raj quilting on it,
Mm-hmm.
which I think really adds to it. And then, I don't know, Erica, we have like so many bird dyes.
Look at those cute birds.
So cute, right?
Cute birds. We've
And
got
flowers and stems.
flowers, stems, and leaves.
And we used our 4-inch cube to make these blocks that finish to 6 inches.
Yes,
Look at how fun this is.
it's really
The
fun.
batiks are so pretty on it.
They really
It
are.
really gives it a different look because you're right, the other version is just like pinks and yellows and greens, and this is just beautiful. So this is called Chitter Chatter. All of these are free downloadable patterns from AccuQuilt.com.
That's right. I see our Go Daisy die in there too. All right. Next up, we have a table runner. This is really cute.
See, it's a good thing Lynn's not here. She would steal this.
She would.
It's all about taking the table runners.
This is the Go Hello Spring table runner. Used the Carefree Alphabet uppercase. These are 3-inch finished letters for our little message below. And we've made tulip blocks. Isn't that
We have
cute?
made tulip blocks. So we've used our 6-inch cube and our 12-inch cube to make those little tulips. Okay, every time I see this, Erica, I think we should have gnome heads instead of the tops of the
have little gnome heads popping out of the tulip. That would be really cute. We've put our stems and leaves to work again here.
Yes.
And we've set our blocks on point. So here's our block.
Yep.
So that means we've used our setting triangles.
Right. And this is from Amanda Harwood of Larkspur Quilts, and she does such a great job always.
So sweet. And not just because it's purple, but I love it.
Erica does love it because it's purple.
That's right. Now, we have a wide selection of flower dyes that are available for your spring projects as well.
Yes. All right, so we'll talk about this one because this one's super fun. This is the Go Fun Flower. And I have made so many quilts for spring with this dye, because then you can use a variety of circles. We have circle dyes, all part of that spring 35. Sometimes the circle is small, sometimes it's bigger.
Or sometimes you can layer them so that you get more petals.
I'm all about the more petals. Okay, this is a trivia question, Erica. Which die is this?
This is Go Daisy.
It is.
And I love this because it's got the petals, it's got the circles, and you can arrange it however you want to. You've got full reign here on how you arrange those and make your petals long, short, big center, small center, stack them up. You've got lots of possibilities.
Make dahlias.
You could make dahlias.
Okay, I just like that one. And then this one, I don't know, it just looks like bunny ears to me, but really it's our tulip dye.
It's really the tulip. So here's the center of the tulip, and then we've got our petals on the side.
Eric and I lived in Seattle. I grew up there. Eric lived there for a few years. Tulips for days.
Tulips for days, yeah.
So pretty.
Up in Mount Vernon for the Tulip Festival.
Yes.
About that time of year.
It is. It is. It is. All right, now if you're a fan of machine embroidery, AccuQuilt is a natural to work alongside your machine for amazing projects.
Yes.
There's no tedious trimming, just cut your shape on the die, perfect every time. Now, in addition to our free downloadable embroidery, we also have, for all of our non-designer dies, we have some really fun ones as well.
We do.
Okay, this is Erica's favorite. I gotta grab him right here.
Okay.
Okay. This is our Gnome die. He's so fun.
We're firm believers that gnomes belong in every season
Every
of the year.
season. We have Halloween gnomes. We have all of
the
it.
seasons.
But this is really fun because this is the Gnome Bee Man.
And this is actually a free download.
Yeah, our team in Lincoln designed this. Kudos to our team in Lincoln for designing that. And I just think it is so fun.
It is. I put it on an apron for somebody for Christmas, and she loved it.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just so cute.
All right, and then you have some samples over there.
So here is a sample that we kind of collaborated on this project.
We did.
This was a Pam and Erica original.
Right.
So this is Go Bees in the Garden Wall hanging. And we've got our bee from Critters. And this is the bee trail embroidery. And this is the Twice the Fun Flower embroidery by V-Stitch as well.
Right, and I used hexagons, our large hexagons, and half hexagons to create this project. And it went together really, really well. Here is our pro tip. You want to embroider those first.
Yes.
Right? And then sew your project together. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But just really fun way to use our bees. I love the little bees. It has hearts in the
Yes,
right
and
here.
this little bee is another free download. The Twice the Fun Flowers is a paid download.
Right.
So fun.
Okay.
Well, we've got even more samples because we have so many fun flower things. So speaking of flowers, here's our funky flowers.
And this actually was the inspiration for a project that one of my first projects that I made at AccuQuilt.
I remember it.
I love these funky flowers. I love the brightness. I'm a big modern quilter. So I actually used the tumbler die, the 6-inch tumbler, instead of the squares to create my one of my first quilts for my great niece. And I just think this is so bright and fun. And you could make it in any color you wanted to.
You could. I love the black and white with the little polka dots. I love polka dots. It just makes such a fun background for those flowers, and you can just arrange them however you want. And in this case, this is just a little zigzag stitch on a domestic machine around it. So you don't have to have an embroidery machine to work with our applique shapes. I think that's important.
And I just did all over quilting. I made it. Yeah.
Just quilted right over the flowers.
I just did all the flowers and all the
There
things.
you go. There you go. Okay, this is another favorite of ours. And it's just got such a cool border treatment. This is the Go Rickrack Flower Throw Quilt made with our 6-inch cube.
Okay, now the thing that I love about this quilt is that the Rickrack Trellis is just chisels.
It is.
Just 2 chisels facing each other.
There's a chisel and here's a chisel.
Yep.
And they just butt up end to end, and you just reverse your colors, and that's how you make the rickrack.
And when I look at this quilt, Erica, I think this is a great basic template quilt.
It is.
You could put gnomes in the middle, you could put hearts in the middle, you could put stars, you could change it up.
Christmas trees.
Yes, pumpkins for Halloween, all of the
of
things. So a lot of times when we're looking at patterns that are free patterns for us, look and say, oh, maybe I don't like the spring look for it, but I could totally change it for fall.
Right. I wanted something for fall.
Right.
Changing out the colors, changing out the applique shape, you get a totally different look.
Yeah, really easy project to do.
Okay, we've got another. We have to show more gnomes, right?
Yes, we love our
More gnomes. We do love our gnomes. Okay, so here you go. Sorry.
Okay, this one is one of your favorites.
This is gnomes in the garden wall hanging, and it's just springy. It's just happy. You just can't be sad when you look at a gnome.
It is. And the border, I love the sashing between it because it's all the different, fabrics that were in the project. And gnomes, don't forget, gnomes can be short or tall.
That's
like
right.
Erica or me.
So that's right, because I'm standing on 2 mats.
Yes.
Just so you know, you can move the beard down further on the body,
Right.
and that's going to make your gnome shorter. And you can move it up here so you have a tall gnome.
A tall gnome.
You can have a Pam gnome or an Erica gnome.
Yep. And you can use any of our flowers to be in this. I think this would be a really fun project also to maybe make the flowers go into that sashing, a couple of times.
Oh, yeah, they could fall over
Yeah,
the
they could
side.
just fall over the
But
side.
I do love the sashing look with the little 1-inch finish squares. I think
There's
that's
a die for
really
that.
sweet. There is. I would not do it without a die, would you?
No, oh, never. Never.
Never.
Never, ever.
All right, we love a good bench pillow around here, right?
This one is Erica.
I
This is
do
one of
love
her
bench
favorites.
pillows. Wait,
Well, she loves it because it's purple and all things
that
purple
too.
live at Erica's
and I
house.
like the aqua too.
Yes.
Kind of my thing right
And
now.
it has little mushrooms on it. This is by Terry Vandenbosch
Of Lizard
of
Creek
Lizard
Quilting.
Creek.
It's called Go Truffled Trio Bench Pillow Pattern.
Isn't that really fun? And again, you could embellish it. You could add little flowers to it. You could add birds to it. You could do whatever you want with it. But I do love the purple and aqua.
And she's grabbed circle dies to make her
mushrooms.
dots on her mushrooms. And again, we've got some pretty tall gnomes here. You can see how high
Yes.
up the body the beard is.
And again, Terry just did all raw edge quilting. She just because she didn't want to use her embroidery machine.
Right. And she does that, and she went around more than once, so it really adds some character. It adds a little bit of whimsy to the design, too, I think.
Terry, good job.
Yes.
All right, and the next one is probably your all-time favorite.
Oh, probably.
It's purple.
All right, here you go. This is a kind of a good size one.
It is, so I'll hold it.
She has longer arms, too.
I do.
This is the Go Purple Pansy Baskets Throw Quilt Pattern. And
This is by Katie Swigert.
yes, thank you, Katie. This is so lovely. It kind of gives me that like modern Amish quilt feel,
Right.
because of the black background and the pieced baskets.
Right. Now, she used our 9-inch cube, but Erica, what if you had the 8-inch cube or the 10-inch cube? Could you make this pattern?
Still make the same pattern. You know, the shapes in the cubes are numbered exactly the same. They're just bigger or smaller sizes. So
Right.
it's just going to adjust the size of your quilt. And the other cool thing about this is that she has used our new Go 9.5-inch cut, 9-inch finish square from the new Go Big square die.
Right.
And she's used the 9-inch setting triangles, but not just as we normally think about setting triangles around the side. She's used them for the border as well.
Katie wins, because I never would have thought of that.
My quilting head wouldn't have thought
Never.
of that.
Good job, Katie.
And fun
So pretty.
quilting on it as well.
Right. So remember, quilters, if you have the cube today, that save 35, you're going to save on our companion sets.
Right.
Make sure you're getting setting triangles. All right.
Strip dies, don't forget strip dies.
Spend $100 and they'll give it to you. Right?
Extra savings.
Up to 41%.
Now, quilters, because today's show is all about springtime projects, we want to know, what is your favorite springtime activity?
Is it spring cleaning, gardening, sewing? If you're watching via the registration link or on YouTube, you can click the vote box below or to the right of the chat box.
All right, my year-round favorite activity is sewing.
Always.
Always. But it is a good time to clean. I'm doing a lot of that because I've moved into a new house.
Right. I would say spring cleaning because I like to get everything organized right now because soon it will be, I don't know, 180 degrees in Nebraska.
Yes.
My eyeballs will be melting.
Now see,
and I'm just going to sit downstairs and sew.
and that's why I do gardening this time of year, because this is the only time of year I do gardening, because I would melt in the, so I want things like in pots that are going to take care of themselves, just add water.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, if you're watching via Facebook, vote for the box that displays over the video. Quilters, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook to see our behind the scenes video and all of our antics.
I have so much fun. I can hardly wait to see last Friday's behind
Oh my
the
gosh,
scenes with
last Friday's show was
Brock.
pretty fun.
Brock was great. We have tons of fun, and we love to share our AccuQuilt community's quilts and stories on our social media pages as well, so be sure and follow us.
Okay, quilters, don't forget, we have special deals for you today, starting with that promo code SPRING35. Now, this code will take 35% off your order. Some exclusions apply, so check the website for details.
So a great time to buy flowers and birds and gnomes and all of those applique shapes.
Yes, but don't forget about getting cutters and getting
Cubes.
things like strip dies, cubes, and companions as well.
Right. And if you make your purchases before midnight Central Time, you'll get double reward points. You can use these points towards future AccuQuilt purchases. Plus, you'll get an additional savings when your order reaches $100 or more, and then you will get up to 41% off your order.
That's right. So if you're not up to 100 yet, mats.
Yes.
Add some mats, add
Some applique shapes.
applique shapes, add the gnome. If you don't have the gnome, everybody needs a gnome.
Everybody needs a gnome. No code is required to redeem that
That's right.
additional offer.
Okay. Well, earlier this month, we released 2 new square dies. I talked about one just a minute ago. The Go, and they're making some waves, aren't they?
They are. We love them.
Really are all the talk. So the Go 5.5-inch cut, 5-inch finished square. The Go 7.5-inch cut, 7-inch finished. And then we have 2 for the Go Big, the 9.5-inch, 9-inch finish that I just talked about, and the Go Big 10.5-inch, 10-inch finish. Now these squares help quilters make perfect quilts faster than ever. Now quilters, the 2 largest ones that you see here, these will only fit in the Go Big Electric.
Right. And you need a 14 by 16 mat. So
Yeah, so add
make
that
sure you
to
get
your order.
Your mats, right? All right. And since we're in the final days of March Machine Madness, now is the perfect time to upgrade to that Go Big so you can use these 2 dies, right?
That's right. And don't forget that there are other dies that you can only cut with the Go Big as well. Plus, how can you beat cutting all of these great shapes with the push of a button?
Okay, quilters, this is Eric and I, this is the cutter we use every day.
Every day.
Every
It
day.
just stays set up on my table.
Always.
Always.
All right, now at the launch event, we showed you some exciting ways to use them paired up with our mix and match cube blocks and our block and board or bob blocks and our Go setting triangle dies.
That's right.
Now, they're also perfect for cutting background squares for applique projects, like the ones we're using today. All of those fun applique dies we showed you today would fit on those squares.
Right. And if you want to build like a design with multiple shapes in it, those bigger squares are perfect for that.
Pam's pickup truck will fit on the bigger one.
Well, there you go. But sometimes quilters, we just need to look outside of our box and look at our dies in a different way, which is why we want to take a look at our next quilt. It's the Go Trellis Maple Leaf Wall Hanging.
All right, so let's show you this die first. This is our Go Maple Leaf die. When we talk about a bob die or a block and board die, it means all the shapes you need to make one block are on the die board.
Yes.
It is an AccuQuilt innovation and we love it. All of the shapes are screen printed for easy placement and piecing. All of our triangles have that dog ears are cut off and that 1/4-inch seam allowance built in. And this was the hardest part ever of a maple leaf, right, Erica?
Right, it was the stem.
Stem, you always had to cut it by hand. Not anymore. There is a die for
There
that.
is.
And our maple leaf die, part of that Spring 35, will fit through your GoMe.
It will.
Yeah.
It will. All of our cutters. So let's take a look, because when you hear maple leaf, you're thinking fall quilt, right?
Yes. In my
Not
quilting head.
anymore. This is, look at this, the Go Trellis Maple Leaf Wall Hanging. And here we've taken the maple leaf, we've turned it on point, So it's standing on its little tippy toe, and we've turned them into like tulips with these bright, festive batiks.
And this is Marianne Fontana designed this for us. And I think it's so fun that she used batiks and just all of those spring colors. Okay, but think about this in your quilting head, because you could totally change up the colorway if you wanted to.
Oh, absolutely.
I just think it's such a great quilt.
And again, we've got the sashing, and that's really what builds the lattice work for it, and she probably used it to cut her squares as well.
Right. And strip dies today, part of that spring 35.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then the other thing she did to really emphasize those flowers is there's really tight stippling quilting in the background, bright green, but the flowers she didn't quilt over, just around. So they really kind of pop. They come away from the distance. And here she's used the 1 1/4 inch strip die.
Yes. I could use it. It has stripes. I could use it for binding.
She's binding everything in stripes this year.
2022, all my quilts are bound in stripes. All right, listen. Our good friends at Andover Fabrics sent us fabric that Eric and I were thinking maybe we shouldn't give away.
We
But
thought
they
about
are
it.
helping us make it a wonderful event by providing us with 2 lovely selections of fabric. Listen, this one makes my heart so happy. Okay, these are Andover Fabrics, and look at this. Just look at all these bright spring colors. They have diamonds and flowers.
Yes.
Look, this one has like funky flowers on it.
Oh, yes.
And I would totally count.
Very geometric.
Yes,
You're going to count a lot of those as stripes, aren't you?
Totally. Well, I don't get to keep it, but sure.
Well, I mean, there's my aqua teal color I'm loving, and that corally peach colors. We've got some purples, some more blues, and
This blue I would totally count as stripes and use it as a binder.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
All right, but we're going to give it away.
because we love you.
We do. All right, quilters, the first lucky winner of an Andover Fabric selection is, drum roll, please, Willow O of Greenville, New York. Congratulations, Willow.
All right, the second lucky winner of a selection of fabric today is, drum roll please, Mary and I from Madison, Mississippi. Congratulations. So many M's.
Congratulations.
Alliteration.
Hey, quilters, don't forget to share your finished projects with this beautiful fabric.
That's right.
And a huge shout out to Andover Fabrics for sponsoring today's show. Our quilters and Erica would love using this fabric to make their quilts.
And Pam too.
I would. Oh.
All right, quilters, if you want more inspiration like what you see on our show, there are 3 new blog posts posted every single week with innovative ways to use the dyes you already own and just maybe inspire you to get some others. Discover it all and more when you subscribe to the AccuQuilt blog.
What's on the blog?
We've got one on English paper piecing.
Imagine
so we talked
that.
about the cube earlier. Check out the blog about
English
it.
paper piecing. And the thing I love about it is that in your quilting head, you're thinking, oh, it's going to be a while before I finish this, and I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. It's what you call a long-term, some of them are long-term projects, but sometimes you're just making like a pincushion or something.
Yes.
And you just need a little something. It's perfect for that.
All right, quilters, at the start of the year, we introduced a Paying It Forward campaign called Covering the World, One Quilt at a Time. This campaign is a collaboration between AccuQuilt and Moda Fabrics, not just for grunge, and Baby Lock as our sponsor. Together, one person from each of our teams is donating a quilt each week of 2022 to a charity of their choice.
That's right.
Great project.
Last week's donation was made by AccuQuilt go-getter Marjorie Busby from Blue Feather Quilt Studio. We love Marjorie. She also does a lot of digitizing.
She's going to be on our show in a few weeks.
She is, so be sure to check it out. She designed her quilt with her own pattern and used her Go 12-inch cube and angles companion sets. Now to make her quilt, Marjorie used fabric from the Be Basics collection by Lori Holt for Riley Blake Fabrics. Marjorie donated her quilt to her local cancer center hospital.
Okay, I love this quilt because
do
first
too.
of all, it just screams spring.
Yes.
But how easy, because she just used strips.
Strips in the center,
strips
the
in the
blocks.
center. Yes.
She's got some big strips around it for border.
A great way to bust up your scraps and use up your stash and to do good in your community.
And it's a happy quilt.
It is.
It's a
Good job,
happy
Marjorie.
quilt.
All right, be sure to visit our website on details on how you, our viewers, can participate in covering the world one quilt at a time. Go to learn.accuquilt.com/quilttheworld2022.
You can also follow #QuiltTheWorld2022 on social media to see fellow quilters' donations throughout the year.
There have been some really amazing
There really have been. If you haven't checked that out, be sure to take a look.
All right, quilters, early in the show we ask, what is your favorite springtime activity?
Is it spring cleaning? Pam says yes.
Yes.
Is it gardening?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Is it sewing?
Always.
Always, always, always. I don't know. What about over here?
Gardening?
Favorite activity?
Raise your hand. Gardening.
Gardening,
We
gardening.
have 3
Oh,
gardenings.
gardening.
Spring cleaning.
Lynn?
Cleaning.
Yep.
Okay. Baseball.
Okay.
Rock and I can
Rock
hang.
says baseball. He was our referee last week.
Yeah, he has a whistle and everything.
All right, if you're watching via the registration link or on YouTube, you can click on the vote box below or to the right of the chat box and check out. Give us your choice.
All right. And if you're watching via Facebook, vote from the box that displays over the video.
That's right. All right, quilters. Earlier we showed you the Go Trellis Maple Leaf project, and that's a great example of seeing what happens when you change up the colors in a block. And we have an amazing free design tool on our website that can help you do just that. It's called GoQuilt.
Okay, it is super easy to use and a great way to change up any pattern to match with different seasons or decor. I use it all the time, use it all the time. Let's take a look.
It really is that easy. Now, here are some different versions that we came up with using our die to try for this month. It's the Go Grandmother's Fan, and this is the Go Grandmother's Garden Wall Hanging. And this is our first version of it. Now, the original is in white with black and hot pink.
Which I love.
Which we love, but you put in the pastels instead, and immediately I think baby quilt.
I do too, and I think that this is such a fun block because, or pattern because it has that smaller drunkard's path, which is part of the Spring 35.
Yes.
And we have a larger one that works with those 7-inch squares.
Yes, and before anybody says anything, yes, I know that traditionally you should never, they say you should never use a drunkard's path in a baby's quilt.
Why?
Because you're like foreseeing a
oh my goodness, there you go.
That's like old quilt lore. So before anybody pops that into comments, I know.
Erica knows I didn't. Now this one is for Erica.
Yes, this is my purples. So look how different it looks again. Now we've gone with another bold look, but totally different from the black and hot pink, right?
And sashing is so prominent right now. So think about those strip dies that you would use for sashing. I love grandmother's.
Great day to get them.
It is. All right, now the Go Grandmother's Fan die can only be found at AccuQuilt.com for the month of March. So Thursday it goes away or while supplies last. Now at the beginning of the show we were really low on those grandmother fan dies.
Don't dilly-dally.
Yeah, get you one today.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, quilters, voting has now closed. So while the team tallies up your votes, we're going to give away our final prize of the day. And because it's March Machine Madness, I think we should give away a GoMe.
Oh, let's do.
Okay, we're going to give away a GoMe fabric cutter to a lucky registered viewer. Don't worry, we'll give you a new one in the box.
We will, with the dice that come with it and a mat and everything.
Everything.
All right, the final winner of the day of a GoMe fabric cutter is, drum roll please, Joyce C. of Vero Beach, Florida. Congratulations. Okay, now you and I talk about this every time we have a talk about GoMe. I have one sitting by my sewing machine.
I do too.
Because sometimes I forget to cut a piece.
Yes.
Just yesterday.
Yes.
Just yesterday.
Just yesterday. Or when we were making our blocks.
Yes.
For our block challenge last week.
I was the winner. Thank you, block champion of the world.
Because she didn't pick my whirlpool block because she knew it was going to beat hers.
World champion. Go ahead.
She knew. I was the oven mitt champion.
Yeah.
was the oven mitt champion. All right, quilters. Now, be sure to register for all of our upcoming live shows, including AQ Live with Miss Pam, because we are drawing winners for our Spring into Quilting sweepstakes.
That's right. During each Tuesday event, we're announcing a weekly winner of, get this, $100 in AccuQuilt reward points from the list of registrants.
How
$100.
fun is that?
I know.
And the sweepstakes grand prize winner of $500 in AccuQuilt reward points will be announced on the April 26th show.
Now, for each live event you register for, you will receive one entry into the grand prize drawing. So take advantage by registering for all of our live shows.
That's right.
And we have some special ones coming up.
Yes, extra opportunities.
Yes.
So this week's winner of $100 in AccuQuilt reward points is, drum roll please, Gwen B. from Brant, Ontario, Canada. Congratulations.
Gwen. I do love Ontario, Canada.
Yes.
All right, quilters, it's time to announce today's poll results.
That's right. Now we ask if spring cleaning, gardening, or sewing is your favorite spring activity. And the majority of you voted for, big drum roll please, sewing.
No surprise.
No surprise.
No surprise.
It's the best all year round.
It is, it is. And I do find that in the spring, I'm already looking towards like summer projects.
Oh,
and,
yes.
You know, already kind of thinking ahead. But I do have to clean before I sew.
You know, kind of like when the groundhog pops up, it's like time to look forward to
Yeah.
spring and warm and sunny, and we're right there.
We are, with our allergies and everything.
Howard,
All
true.
right, quilters, remember we have special offers for you today. To get your order in during the show, use your phone's camera to capture the QR code. It will take you directly to our site.
But don't worry if you don't have a QR reader. Just open a new tab in your browser. Type in AccuQuilt.com/party to go to the site and place your order.
First up is the promo code SPRING35. It's going to take 35% off your order. So think applique dies, strip dies, cubes, bob dies. Some exclusions apply for the offer. Check the website for details. And quilters, be sure to make your purchases before midnight Central Time so you'll get double reward points. You can use those points towards your future AccuQuilt purchases.
Now, don't forget, quilters, you'll get that additional savings when your order reaches $100 or more, with up to 41% off on your order. Now, no code is needed to redeem that at checkout. So really, think about those items and, you know, think about upgrading your cutter. Get that go big.
It should go big. Ready, set, go. If you're new to quilting, new to AccuQuilt, ready, set, go.
Best way to get started. Don't forget that paper piecing cube.
English paper piecing cube, we use it all the time. All right, you can also find our products at your local AccuQuilt retailer. To find the retailer closest to you, check out the store located at the top of the page at AccuQuilt.com.
And for our quilters in Canada and the United Kingdom, you can conveniently shop with us on Amazon Canada and Amazon UK. Our dies and cutters are available for you on both of those platforms.
We did not forget you.
We didn't.
All right, remember you can quilt now, pay later. Get financing today at AccuQuilt.com/financing.
All right, be sure to join us again this week on Friday, April 1st at 12 noon Central Time for a new event called Happy Quilterversary.
Seriously?
Now, this is not an April Fool's joke, fan. We are back on Friday.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah. We will be celebrating a special AccuQuilt anniversary
Oh, I know this.
because you're bringing cupcakes.
I am bringing cupcakes.
Yes.
I know this now.
And no one will want to miss, so be sure you register for this event on the website.
Okay, it's going to be really fun.
It really is. We
Oh,
were
it's
getting
a
some
secret.
things lined up.
Yes.
It's going to be so fun.
There's going to be stuff and things happening.
Yes.
All right, it's time for us to go. Well, I'm going to go home and clean, and then I'm going to sew. But we're always ready to sew. We hope you enjoyed our springtime project ideas and found some new ways to spring into spring.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, if you've been waiting for the show to end before you buy, well, now is that time. And here is the link. Get everything you need before what you want sells out.
And remember, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time.
So you can quilt more.
See you Friday.
Bye-bye.